Okay. And we're on. Hello, welcome to an intro to Happy Mouth, a discussion on what is this thing, Happy Mouth, how does it work? This is a very practical, strategic, I guess, pragmatic introduction to Happy Mouth so you can get some idea of what is this weird and wonderful thing. There are no drugs involved, there is no surgery involved, there's no magical ingredients that you have to take or inject. It's all energy, it's all hands-on, and I will explain more about that. Bear with me. The first thing I'm going to do is welcome my translators, because we have, oh, someone's waiting for a Hungarian link there. Christina, can you pop your link into the chat for Zita, who would like to hear?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Okay. If anyone else can assist, that would be great. And because I'm recording, everyone will get the recording, you'll get the replay, you'll get it in your language, you'll get it in English. If you're practicing your French, you'll get it in French too. How are you going, Christina, with that? Okay, so the first thing I'd like to do is thank my wonderful translators, Christina for Hungarian, Susanna for Czech, Violetta for Romanian, and Laurence for French. Thank you, Christina, that's wonderful. Yes, Yana, I did get your email about the horsetail, and I'm talking to Dr. Tom about an alternate source for that. So that's all in progress. Now, you may think Happy Mouth is some big organization. Here's the truth. Happy Mouth is just me and Dr. Tom. That's where we're at. We're just beginning to train facilitators. Our first facilitator out there in the world is on tonight. Carol Danes is our first Happy Mouth Basics and Intro Night facilitator. She's in Australia, but she will travel. And Claudia, who is our Spanish translator, she was on the call this morning. She will be the next one to pop. And I'm hoping that our lovely Susanna, Christina, and Violetta will also be Happy Mouth facilitators. So this is my vision for Happy Mouth. At the moment, Happy Mouth is a system that you can learn to treat your family, your friends, and if you would like to, professionally treat clients. And I would like to see there be many facilitators all over the world, because quite frankly, Tom and I cannot keep up with the demand. He can only take 3 times a year to do a class around the world because he has a very busy dental practice. I'm very happy to travel. For the last 4 years, I have traveled, well, the longest I was home was 3 weeks in that 4 years. And I found that very tiring for my body and hard to stay well. But everywhere I went, I was an Access Consciousness 3-day body class facilitator. Everywhere I went in the world with the body class, I ran a Happy Mouth Intro or Happy Mouth Basics class. So basically, I have seeded the world in the last 4 years, from Japan, Brazil, Russia, Tahiti, Corsica, France twice a year, of course, Budapest, Prague. And people in China and Korea are very keen. So, and India. So the world is our oyster, people. The world is hungry for Happy Mouth. So let me just do my first legal piece of duty. And I asked the translators if they would have their translated version ready. It's a legal disclaimer. The information in this class and on our website is provided as an informational resource only. It is not to be used or relied on for any diagnostic or treatment purposes. This information is not intended to be patient education. It does not create any patient-dentist relationship, and it should not be a substitute for professional diagnosis and treatment. So please consult your dental healthcare professional for an appointment before you make any dental decisions, or if you need guidance. Consult them for guidance about any specific dental condition. So Happy Mouth and yourhappymouth.com and thehappymouth.com expressly disclaims responsibility and shall not have any liability for any damages, loss, injury, or liability whatsoever suffered as a result of your reliance on the information contained on the Happy Mouth website, any classes or telecalls. That's my legal duty to let you know that I am not a dentist. And even if I were, I'm not your dentist. And Happy Mouth is not a replacement for your dentist. We say find a dentist that you trust and you really like, because your mouth is a very private place. Having someone stick their fingers in your private place, you've got to feel comfortable and trust them. And I'm joking, but I'm not really joking. So if you don't have full confidence and feel comfortable with the dentist you have, start asking around and ask, what's it going to take for me to find a dentist I like and feel comfortable with? There are not many dentists who do Happy Mouth. Each time we run a 3-day class, there is a couple of dentists who come along. And so what would it take for that to change? But most dentists who take the Happy Mouth class don't do Happy Mouth sessions in their office. Even Dr. Tom, they may do it privately, but they certainly encompass the Happy Mouth points of view. The main point of view of Happy Mouth is your body was designed to regenerate and generate itself fresh. Your body was designed to grow new teeth as needed. Your body is totally capable of refreshing your gums. If you chip a piece of a tooth off or have a crack, well, cracks are difficult, but if you have a damaged tooth, your body has the capacity to change that for you. And if a tooth becomes so broken down, so worn down that it cannot be repaired any longer, it's actually easier for the body to grow a new tooth. How's that? It does take about 2 years to grow a new tooth, and not everyone has the patience to wait 2 years for a new tooth to come through. And if you had lost a front tooth, I totally understand that you may not want to go 2 years with a big gap in the front. And then you may choose to have some kind of cosmetic placement there, not an implant. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a dental implant. It's just a choice. If you have already got dental implants and you have Happy Mouth sessions, Happy Mouth will support your gum health around the implant, and it will support your bone density so that your body holds on to the implant and it functions better for you. So Happy Mouth always contributes, it doesn't take away. Now I say that because I have a friend who for a long time would not do Happy Mouth at all, because she had spent a lot of money on getting a lot of crowns and having her mouth and teeth look wonderful. And she thought it meant that she would have to lose all of those teeth and those crowns and waste all that money in order to grow new teeth. Not at all. If a tooth is healthy, if it's got a filling in it or a root canal and there's no problems, you leave it alone. Okay? That's just a little bit of side information. So, Happy Mouth was created by Dr. Tom Colso, an American dentist. He's been practicing dentistry for well over 20 years. He also has always had an interest in consciousness. You might call it spirituality or metaphysics. He has attended many classes and many courses. He's also a naturopathic doctor. So he has quite a large family dentistry practice where they use nutritional advice, supplements, vitamins, and all of the latest in terms of ozone therapy. And he's very much in the forefront of what can be done for teeth. However, about 20 years ago, when he first started attending consciousness and energy classes, he started to ask questions of, why is it not possible for the body to regrow parts, specifically teeth? We know already that your liver can regenerate. I've read some research that suggests that the spleen can actually regrow. We know that it's common knowledge. You know, my grandfather always used to say, every 7 years, you've got a completely new skeleton. Your bones are always growing. That's true. Your skin is always replenishing itself. And so he started to ask questions about what else is possible with dentistry and with bodies. He was very much aware that when he came out of dental school, he was not a healer. It wasn't a healing art. He would describe himself as a sculptor or an artist, because what they taught him to do was drill, fill, and bill. I don't know how that translates, but that's drill out the decay, fill the hole with a synthetic substance, and then hand the person the bill and ask for the money. And he learned to be a very good sculptor of fillings and porcelains and cosmetic dentistry. And for him, it seemed like so much more must be possible. So over the last 18 years, he has been working away at asking questions. Asking questions. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? It started with him getting a pain in his head, which would come on and off. It would go for an hour, stop, come back, a buzzing, aching intensity. What is this? He asked for advice. He was told, this is the beginning of a whole new system for dental health. Ask more questions. So he started asking more questions. When it would show up, when he was working on a dental patient, he would say, oh, does this point have to do with gum disease, whatever the person had going on? Does this point have to do with low bone density? And this is how the Happy Mouth system has come forward. The first point that came up is what we now know as the Dental Generative system. Dental, not dental. So I'm not being French here and pronouncing it like a French person would. I'm going to put it in the chat if I can. Dental Generative system. And as it turns out, that first point is like the master point for the health of the mouth. And for this reason, I often, I didn't do it this morning in the intro, I often talk about it in an intro talk. I'm going to show you where it is, and I'm going to get you to run or touch your own dental generative point. So all of the points are mirrored. There's one here and there's one there. The way that you find it is, it's so much easier if you've got a bald head, I can tell you. It's 4 of your fingertip widths straight up from where your ear attaches to your head and 1 fingertip forward. And there's a little round space for your fingertip. So it's 4 up, 1 forward. I can do it because I've done it a million times. It's easy for me, but at first it's not so easy. 4 finger widths up. Mine's a little sensitive, and I'm just kind of pushing and rubbing, but you could just hold it. Wow, I'm so hot now. I'm actually going to put air conditioning on. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, forward. And in Happy Mouth, we run the head points only for about 2 to 3 minutes. Running the head points is touching, rubbing them. Now, many of you may be familiar with Access Consciousness bars, which I love. For the last 12 years, there's hardly been a week where I have not had a bars session, had my bars run. Happy Mouth points are not like the bars. The bars points, if you know them, dissipate energies out of the body. They clear energies. Happy Mouth points activate systems. Some of the systems are restorative systems. Some of the systems are generative systems. And then we have some other points which I'll discuss as well. So if you will just rub your own dental generative system for 2 to 3 minutes, you will get an effect. But when you are having Happy Mouth sessions, somebody else needs to do that for you. It's not something you can run for, oh, look at my hair, run for yourself. You still get an effect if you run your own, but it's not a full activation of the systems. So Dental Generative System, there's 1 point here, 1 point there, 2 to 3 minutes is all it takes. Sometimes it's a bit tender or sore. And I would say initialize, activate, exponentialize the dental generative system. Initialize, activate, exponentialize the dental generative system. Initialize, activate, exponentialize the dental generative system. I say that 3 times. So you can stop now. If you've got someone else there, grab them and do it for them. There are 17 happy mouth points. You never ever run 17 points in one session. There's another difference between happy mouth and bars points. It's a bit like a cocktail. For every person, there's a recipe for what's going on in their mouth. And as the practitioner, you have the recipe. And that particular recipe, say it's gum disease, you run gum points, is the same set of points every day for 21 days in a row. And you might go, oh my God, I couldn't possibly do that. Yeah, you can. It takes about 15 minutes to have a happy mouth point session. Along with the points that relate to what is going on for the person, if it's gums or if it's tooth decay or if it's problems with this joint here, the TMJ joint, whatever it is, we always run a couple of points which are, to me, quite miraculous. They are called the receptor-responder points. Now, your receptor-responder systems are miraculous. They actually allow your body to start receiving the information it needs. For example, receiving the information that my gums are getting a little receded or they're a little inflamed. Receptor system. Responder system takes the actions, the body rebuilds the tissue. You eat something that is actually not good for your body, you put it in your mouth and the body goes, that's a responder, that's a receptor responder and a responder system right there. I'm exaggerating. So when you start running the receptor responder systems every single day for 21 days, those systems become activated. You don't need to run them again. What this means is that it expands your receiving on all levels, not just your receiving of what your body requires, where it might be, oh, I'm really craving this peppermint tea, but I would normally prefer a coffee, but that's what my body requires, for example. Your receiving on all levels starts to increase. So your awareness of everything. It's very funny. Sometimes people have said to me, after my first 21 days, I feel like I'm more psychic. And I say, yes, that's awareness. You will have more awareness. We've also found our receiving on all levels, including money, ease, relaxation, relationships, everywhere that you're receiving isn't maybe as wonderful as it could be, starts to expand. That's rather wonderful. So that's in every session we run receptor responder. We have many physical points that deal with physical things in the body. For example, there's a point, 2 points actually, that deal with your saliva. How well and how flowing your saliva is extremely important for the health of your mouth. If you're not producing enough spit, I don't know what that word is in French. If you're not producing enough saliva, and many people have a dry mouth, either from illness or from medicine that they're taking, it can lead to tooth decay, it can lead to gum disease, it can lead to enamel breakdown if you don't have enough saliva. But it also impacts your digestion because digestion begins in the mouth. So if you don't have sufficient saliva or your saliva is not the correct acid-alkaline balance, then you're not going to be digesting your food as well as you should. And of course, that can lead to all kinds of problems. We'll just let somebody else in there. We have points for bone density. We have a point that is for your lymphatic system. It's very important that your lymphatic system is operating well in your whole body. Now, the sad news is this is not just going to affect the bones in your jaw and your face. The health of the bones in all of your body is going to be changed by having your Happy Mouth points run. Your whole lymphatic system is going to be better. The health of your whole body is going to be changing. That's rather nice. Some of the other points that we have are not directly related to the physical. They are, I don't know what I would call them, but they're not more spiritual. They're more related to awareness. So we have a point called awareness point. We have a point called insight. And we have a point called smart. Now, the smart point means that you get to open up your intellect or your intelligence at the same time that you're opening up your awareness. Because it's one thing to have amazing awareness about what's going on around you, with other people, with yourself, with your body, with the earth. But if you don't have the intelligence and the intellect to know what to do with it, it can be very overwhelming. So we have a smart point, an insight point. Insight is so that you actually get to see what it is you've been creating that maybe you don't like in your life and how to change that. Awareness is more of the same. Oh, thank you, Puneet. That's very kind. She says, I am feeling energy flow just listening to you. Thank you. And I will say to you that there is a particular energy of Happy Mouth. I've noticed that there's, and you probably have too, if Dr. Dane here is talking about SOP that he does, Symphony of Possibilities, if he's talking about ESB, energetic synthesis of being, there is a specific energy. There's a bars energy. Well, there is a specific energy, which is the energy of Happy Mouth. And it's not called Happy Mouth for no reason. This is the energy of, well, we call it a youthening system. Youthening is, I don't want to say it's the opposite of aging, but it's where you get the choice of health, vitality, and I'm going to call it a youthful joy in living. Now, when you've got teeth problems, when you're in pain, if you've got decay, if you're embarrassed by your teeth or ashamed of your teeth, I've been there. When I talk about joy and pleasure, you're going to go, oh yeah, whatever. Because all that you think about is, if I bite into this, is my tooth, another tooth going to break? Oh my God, what's going to happen? I've known people, maybe you too, that never smiled, or if they did, they smiled behind their hand because they were too ashamed of their teeth. I would like to see that no one's ever ashamed of their teeth. I would like to really see people empowered that they can take their dental health into their own hands. Yes, you will still need to go to the dentist, but anything the dentist suggests to you, you can have a choice. If you choose to do some dental work, Happy Mouth will speed it up and make it more efficient. But in the long run, it's going to be saving you a lot of money. Imagine if you had no more decay, no more gum disease, and everything was hunky-dory with your mouth. I could not have imagined that 5 or 6 years ago when I was having so many problems. Yes, exactly. The headgear of a child. Yes, the things we do to children. Okay, I tend to go off I've got a list here which I've already abandoned, but anyway. So let me say to you, if there is something here for you about Happy Mouth, there is a lot that we have in our 3-day class and even in our small basics class. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information about mercury and fluoride and fillings and root canals and clenching and grinding, which is in a way mental information. It's intellectual. We also do a lot of energetic clearing to get to what's underneath what we're creating with our mouths. And one of the biggest energies that we work with in Happy Mouth is judgment. How much we judge our appearance, our teeth, our smile, how much judgment has been projected at us, maybe by family or maybe not friends, but friends, and maybe dentists have projected at you. So could we do our first clearing of the call? And in Happy Mouth, we have our own clearing statement, which I will run for you. So all the judgment that you have projected at yourself every time you've looked in the mirror and gone, or all the judgment that's been projected at you concerning your appearance and your mouth and your smile and your teeth, can we simply ask you to let all of that go? Let it drop like it's an old coat you've been wearing too long. You didn't even realize you had on. So we'd say, will you uncreate and destroy all of the energy of judgment, please? And the Happy Mouth clearing statement is, from and to the highest good of all involved that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC-VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof, ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips may they be unwound, untied and decimated through all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy and glory in holiness. It's a big mouthful, I know. I can send you information which explains some of it for you. The POC-VFs or PPFs, POC-VF stands for the point of creation of the thought, feeling, emotion immediately preceding the choice or decision to have what you're creating right now. Oh my God, what is that? Well, you may have had an accident as a child. You may have been laughed at. You may have been humiliated. You may have had some traumatic event, and maybe not even in this lifetime. The shock and the intensity of that is something we actually almost never let go of. It becomes a part of who we are, even though you may not have the conscious memory of it anymore. When you run a clearing statement, we actually go back in time to the moment before that occurred, and we sweep up or vacuum up all that trauma. We don't realize that time after time, when something intense occurs, we freeze with the shock, and then somehow life continues on. But that moment of frozen in time remains. Depending on how intense the experience was, if you've ever been in a car accident, you'll know what I mean. You can be triggered back to that event as easy as anything. If you've ever had witnessed something or been hit, a big trauma can make you freeze. So we're talking about 1,000 traumas in every lifetime, specifically related to the mouth. So you may have said something that someone didn't agree with and you got smacked, or you got shut down in another way, you got yelled at. You may have been hurt. You may have died from eating something bad. You may have been murdered. All of those thousands of experiences, we store them in our cells. They become limitations in this lifetime. So if you're desiring to change what's going on with your body and with your mouth and with your teeth and with your health and with your expression in the world and with your receiving, it's very helpful to let go of all of those. I call them energy leakages, where you're leaking energy back to a past moment that mostly you don't even recall it. You just know that you feel uncomfortable going to the dentist. You just know you don't feel happy about your mouth. You just know that the thought of going and having someone do something in your mouth is just horrible. So, could we uncreate and destroy all of the limitations, the traumas, the pains, the sufferings from all of the lifetimes to do with your mouth? From and to the highest good of all involved that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC-VFs, PPFs. PPF stands for past, present, and future. Where am I up to? A through F, all 7 systems. Help, Carol, I've lost my place. Here we go. I've got it written down. All 7 powers, POC-VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof. Ad infinitum is Latin for and so forth and so forth. So the clearing keeps rolling. And any Mobius strips, may they be unwound, untied, and decimated through all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory in holiness. Let me just quickly explain. A Mobius strip is like a repeating pattern. It's that infinity symbol. It looks like the number 8 lying on its side. What it refers to is repeating patterns which, no matter how hard we try, we never seem to be able to break. When we run the happy mouth clearing statement, we totally break apart and destroy the Mobius strips. They cannot come back and reform themselves. For this reason, we find that the happy mouth clearing statement is extremely potent, and we only usually run a clearing 3 times, maybe 5 times, mostly. And there are some exceptions to that, but it tends to clear and the thing's gone. It doesn't come back again. And we don't run clearing loops in happy mouth either. And I can send you that information. That's not secret. Any questions so far? And please, translators, stop me if I'm talking too fast. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Yes. Someone is asking me, would it be possible to have the clearing statement in written form? Yes, I will send you all a document after this call in all of the languages, translated, the clearing statement. Not a problem. Great. Okay, so I was saying before that happy mouth consists of some points on the head which another person must stimulate for you and activate for you. We also have our own hands-on processes. Just excuse me, peppermint tea. Yes, Puneet, there is a hair point too. Is hair related to dental health? No, but it's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know if this was an accidental discovery of Dr. Tom's, but we have a point to stimulate hair growth. And we have had wonderful results with that. There's actually a lady called Karen Morency on the main Happy Mouth Facebook group, and she's put some photos there where she was thinning through here, and you can actually see the new hair popping through in her photos. My hair has gotten thicker with doing Happy Mouth. Thank goodness it doesn't grow hair on the rest of your body. I'm hairy enough on the rest of my body, thank you. But I did find that I was starting to go thin here when I went through menopause about 5 years ago, and that seems to have thickened up a bit. Yeah. We also have a point, as I said, you run all of the points only 2 to 3 minutes, except, yes, for what we call the youthening system, and we run that for 10 minutes. And that is to put back what should be running, which is a system which keeps the body young. And Maria's asking me, do you have courses for health professionals, or are all courses open for everybody? The courses are open to everyone. And when I first started working with Dr. Tom 5 years ago, my point of view was that we should have prerequisites. People should not be able to come and learn Happy Mouth from square one. And he said, no, this has to be for everyone. So you will find we've had doctors, dentists, all kinds of health professionals come and learn the Happy Mouth system. Yes, we have our own body processes. So our body processes are to do with the hands-on, with regrowing your gums if you have gum recession, with stimulating new teeth to grow. That's a hands-on process with some points as well. Excuse me. Are they for dental health only? Well, you can't separate the mouth out from the rest of the body because 80% of what is going on with health issues, with disorders in the body, can be traced directly to the mouth. So if you're running body processes on the mouth, the health of the whole body is dynamically impacted in a rather wonderful way. We have other hands-on processes to help with TMJ, which is the name for the joint, temporomandibular joint. And that is a huge area of disorder for many people. They have pain, clicking, cracking, they're not able to open their jaws well. So we have hands-on processes for that. We have quite a few hands-on processes actually that are specifically happy mouth. And then there's the other part of happy mouth, which is the, how shall I call it, the energetics of what is being created. So happy mouth is not purely physical. We always look at what are the underlying energetics of what people are creating with their mouth. It is unique and different to everyone. However, there are some very common energies and patterns that many of us share. So we could say that the underlying cause of all disease, but also the underlying cause of what is not working with your mouth, is always lack of, let's just say, self-love. But it's lack of caring, nurturing, honoring, intimacy, relationship with the self. And not on purpose. I'm not talking about abuse. I'm saying when you work down through all the layers as we do, the very core of what's going on with our bodies is always how much we value the self, how much we are in allowance of ourselves, and how much we don't judge ourselves. And I have to say that if you're desiring to change anything with your mouth, and I encourage you to make a list of what you would like to change, that is not judging you. If you desire to make some changes, then you can create change if you are not judging. Now, judging is where you look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh my God, I hate my teeth. Oh my God, they're so disgusting. Oh, look at this. It's horrible. I hate it. It's bad. I'm ashamed. I blame myself because I ate too many lollies. I didn't go to the dentist, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole big load of blame, shame, guilt, regret, and judgment. That is all about the past. It's got nothing to do with what you would like to create in the future. So if what you would like to create in the future is healthy, happy mouth, healthy, pink, luscious gums, an attractive smile, getting out of pain was my major one. Not having decaying, crumbling teeth was another one of my targets. But it wasn't from a position of I was judging that. You put it in the form of a question. Okay, body, what's it going to take for us to change? And then list those things you'd like to change. So we do a lot of work with energetic processes using the clearing statement, asking questions. A large part of the 3-day class, we do clearings while you're running points on each other's heads in the class. So whether or not you're familiar with verbal processing, which is what I did before, I said everything that comes up for you when you go to the dentist, every emotion or feeling that comes up when you think of going to the dentist, would you like to uncreate and destroy that? That's a clearing. And then you run the clearing statement to clear the yucky energy. That's verbal processing. Even if you're new to that, it will still work for you. Even if you don't understand it, and even if you don't believe in it, it still works for you. With the Happy Mouth clearing statement, I always say, even if I was speaking Eskimo and we didn't have an Eskimo translator, it would still work for you. It's the energy that's clearing. It's not the exact words and your mind. This is going way beyond the mind. We do run a lot of clearings in the 3-day class. However, your clients or your family or your friends, whoever you're going to be working with, you don't have to run the clearings with them. If you just did the points on the head and the hands-on processes, they would receive change. But we give you the clearings because we want you to get as much change as you're willing to have as quickly as you want it. We want to come at it from as many different angles as we possibly can. And we will make some dietary suggestions. We always suggest that you need to be drinking a good quality water with a pH value that's in the alkaline range. And if your town water supply has had fluoride added to it, you need to get a water filter that takes the fluoride and the other chemicals and heavy metals out. But that's not new information. We didn't discover that in Happy Mouth. We also suggest that you work towards having an alkaline diet, which is much more of your lovely fresh vegetables and fruits and less of the things I love, like croissants and pastries and bread and rice. But it's just with, not going over the top, working gently towards that. And maybe you could just start having a juice every day or a vegetable juice or something. We don't give you a lot of nutritional information. We just make some suggestions. One of the things that we suggest that you do is brush your teeth with something we call the dental laser. So here's another energy tool. Oh, it's auto-correcting. Dental laser. The dental laser is a bit like a Star Wars lightsaber. You know, in Star Wars where they have got their thing and they go and the lightsaber comes out. But it's a very gentle one. So when you're cleaning your teeth, if this is my toothbrush, I ask for the dental laser so that I am brushing my teeth gently with an energy beam. I would like you to play with that and see if it's more fun. Brushing your teeth, oh, thank you, Nana. Brushing your teeth should actually be pleasurable. Isn't that bizarre? After you've had your receptor responder systems activated, which takes 21 days, you may start to experience things you've never really experienced before, which is more pleasure with your body in eating, in drinking. Well, you just ask for the dental laser to activate your toothbrush. Yeah, I guess you could say it's a laser transmitter, I guess. Yeah. You could also do dental laser to where you've got a sore gum or a decayed tooth. So you will find that water that your body loves feels somehow silky and lovely in your mouth. And then you'll drink some water that's maybe straight from the tap and go, oh, I didn't really notice a difference before. Okay, Violetta, I'll come to that question in a moment. And you may find that you start to really get a kick out of, like it's a bit of a turn on, cleaning your own teeth, because your body adores the sensation of having teeth cleaned and gums massaged very gently. It's part of this self-love thing that I've been talking about. And instead of it's a chore, oh no, Shauna says I've got to brush my teeth 3 times a day, it's something that you look forward to. And in fact, if I'm traveling or everywhere I go, I have a little toothbrush with me, one of those fold-up ones. And I go, oh no, I can't stand it. I've got to go clean my teeth. I can't bear that furry feeling. And the same with flossing. You start to enjoy it. So yes, Violetta, question.
I have a question about when the tooth is growing. Is there any pain in the gum?
That's a great question. She means like when a baby is teething?
She means about the that tooth here in the last one that is coming and it's very painful. I forgot his name.
Wisdom tooth.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
And she
no.
say she was having a lot of pain, and it's the same with the when you activate the tooth to grow.
No, she may be having pain from her wisdom tooth because there's not enough room for it.
Okay. She say yes, indeed, she didn't have space to grow.
Yeah, and it usually needs to come out. Most people, we don't need our wisdom teeth, and we don't regrow wisdom teeth either.
Thank you, Shana.
You're welcome. That is a good question, actually. So you get to choose which and any teeth you desire to regrow. They're not just going to start randomly popping up. And that's good to know. And your body doesn't grow a back tooth in the front. Your body has a wisdom, it knows. I have a question here. My 9-year-old has a few loose teeth in the lower jaw. New ones will come. He experiences lots of pain. Oh, I have to give painkiller. Is there some tool I can use? What does the dentist say? He needs to go to the dentist, and what does the dentist say? I'm looking for you. Ah, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
So thank you for doing this call. I have to say that because I've heard a lot of your calls
Thank you.
in the lockdown. Yeah. So the dentist said it's fine. I mean, this does happen because the new teeth are coming, so they're kind of pushing through. But most of the times he's fine, but sometimes the pain is intense, and I end up giving him a painkiller. So is there something we can do? I
Excuse
on the
me.
internet also said, you slightly massage your gums to
Yes.
improve the circulation,
Yeah.
and maybe do MTVSS. I did that because I heard you say that you can do it on your jaws and teeth. Is there anything else that
Yes.
can help?
Yes.
Because it's going to take a little while for those the new teeth to come.
It does. It does. And so the earlier you can start with your children, the better. If he's watching TV and you can sit behind him, or if he's on the computer, sit behind and hold him like that, his jaws, as long as he will allow you to do. And it sounds like you already know some access consciousness body processes. My favorite one is the facelift energy. If you know that one, because facelift energy has got 26 or 27 other energies in it, it's not really about giving a facelift for a child, it's about bringing ease. And then to ask him, like, is he the sort of kid that's always making stuff hard for himself?
Not really.
So who is that in the family that makes things hard for themselves?
His dad.
Yeah. So you could say, have a conversation like, to let him know that he doesn't have to. See, he thinks he's kind of helping his dad by taking on, this is how a man does things. And you could say, well, for daddy, what if we just, how much space can we be for daddy? How much cool vibes, how can we make him laugh? What could we do that would be, to give him the idea there is another way, there's another choice. It's worth trying, but kids are so stubborn, and part of the teeth thing is about wanting to bite life and chew life, and lots of our media and movies is all about that energy. So I wish you luck with that. Yes, but if you can do Happy Mouse sessions on him, he's going to have a lot easier time. And meantime, just use the body processes. Yeah, cool. Wonderful. And he's just coming through that age of, he's no longer mummy's boy, but he kind of wishes he still was. So, yeah, that's cute. Be really great if you could actually give your husband some body processes on the face. No, okay. You see, kids always reflect what's going on with the parents. If you can treat the parents, the children's teeth will improve. Yeah, it's amazing. time and time again, but thank you for that question. It's a good one. Okay, so Laurent.
I have a question. Yes.
Yes.
Let me ask, please. Okay.
Yes. This is a really different call from this morning, Carol, you would have noticed. And I will give everyone access to the one we did this morning because we just looked at different things and different energies and different questions. So it's all useful.
That's why I come on all the calls, because they're all different. Always.
Yeah. And you know, my plan always just goes out the window. Yes, Steiner philosophy, there is a big transition period for kids creating their own personality. Totally. And you have to kind of give them space to do that, but also the nurturing and care that's required. It's not easy. Okay.
Hello, can I ask?
We're just waiting for Lawrence to come back with her
Oh.
French question. Sorry.
Okay.
Is that Victoria? No, somebody else.
Yes, Victoria.
Okay, just a minute, Victoria, and I won't forget you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm ready. Okay, so the question is, she sees that we can do the basic class online,
Yes.
and can we do the rest of the class online too, or should I go live?
It is always better to go to a live class if you can, of course, because we have all the massage tables and you can practice on each other and you can ask questions. But right now, we haven't got any live classes. Carol Danes is doing some live basics in Australia because our lockdown laws are different. So ideally, yes, a live class would be better. But right now, probably until the end of the year, there isn't going to be a live 3-day class. So you can learn the basics class online, there's a replay, and you can take the 3-day class with Dr. Tom online. Professionally filmed, translated into French, Romanian, Hungarian, Czech, Spanish, Mandarin. I think that's it. Yes. Is that it, Laurence, or there's something else?
Okay. Okay, that's good for her. Thank you. I have another things in the chat. It's not a question, but I ask you. The person says there is a space between ma dent de devant droite. So the teeth in the front on the right side,
Mm-hmm.
and cell and the other teeth, you know. So it's the reason why I say I don't see any question, but I just read the question.
Okay, so if there's a gap or the teeth are jumbled or need to be realigned, Happy Mouth with a child can certainly assist, and it's not too slow. But once you're older, it takes a long time. If the person is going to have braces and use our Happy Mouth hands-on processes, you get a brilliant result fast. Well, faster than just having braces. So hands-on alone can make the change, but it's slow. But getting braces and the hands-on makes it all go so much smoother and better and easier. And I'll just answer Marie. Is that okay, Laurence?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Okay, so I have a question from Marie here it's a quick one. Is the 3-day online class recorded? Yes, we recorded it last August it's a professionally filmed, recorded, good quality 18 hours of Tom delivering the class in a group. And there are many, many questions. The wonderful thing about that particular class is that the quality of questions and the variety of questions was the best we have ever had in a class so far. So it's really terrific. And I can tell you that mostly the questions are pretty much the same in all the classes, but this class in particular had terrific questions. But Marie is asking, is there someone to answer questions that come up for her? Yeah, you email me. So I make myself available to you if you have a question. So that's how we get around that. If you buy the online recorded class, and there's a different price for different countries, we want you to come to a live class. And so we make it easy for you. If you come to a live class in the next 12 months after you buy your recorded class, it's either $325 or $375, depending on how much you paid for your class. So say if a class is $1,695 US, then when you come to go to a live 3-day class, you will only pay $325 for the live class. Because we want you to come to the live class and we recognize it's better for you if you do. So, good. Any other questions?
Could I ask something? My name is Evie. This is so funny, and thank you very much for doing this, because it's so funny that this particular class, like, it always catches my eye when I see it, and I don't even know why I never like did anything with it. But like yesterday, I saw your email in my inbox. Was like, yeah, today is the day, yeah, it's so different. Thank you. And I was like wondering if you have like a little tip. I have like something with my teeth, which is so funny. They like one of the things that you like added somewhere is like, you know, to like really uncreate and destroy the judgments that you have of your mouth and your teeth. And I've been one of those people that I was like, I wouldn't smile. That was like back in my teens. So I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with my mouth. And I can actually see it fluctuating on the color of my teeth. And I've had like this little bowl growing in the back of my mouth that I like started to ignore for like months. I'm gonna get it out tomorrow. It's actually not even because it's not even like cancer. Like a lot of stuff went in my head. So tomorrow I'm just gonna remove it. Do you have like any? If you could give me like one little thing to like start looking at this, what would it be? Because it's quite obvious. It's something about like ignoring. Am I ignoring anything? Or yeah, I'm curious. What's your intake on this?
Are you asking me a question about this thing you're having removed, or about your judgment of yourself?
The latter. That.
The judgment. Okay. Yeah. So, oh my God, I look at you and see this incredibly gorgeous woman with these beautiful teeth. And I'm thinking, is this maybe not the right person? Who else is speaking to me here? So what if none of that belonged to you?
Oh. Oh. Wow. I'm just immediately thinking of my mom.
Yeah.
Who had really, 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 really bad teeth and had such great judgment of her teeth. Wow. Okay.
So, you know, guys, this is what we do. It's not even your body that you're worrying about. And if it's somebody else's stuff that you've taken on, you can't operate on it, do surgery on it, really. I mean, process it, analyze it, get psychotherapy on it, because it was never yours to begin with. I'm not talking about the lump now. I'm talking about your judgment of self. It's like, that is just, you've bought that whole overcoat, scarf, sunglasses and outfit that's not yours. And you're just being, and this is what we do, we wear it. You could be wearing it for thousands of years. It doesn't even have to be from this lifetime. So would you be willing to just drop it? Everyone,
Yeah.
drop where
Thank
you are
you.
not even looking at your own body and face in the mirror. And, you know, from and to the highest good of all involved that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC-Fs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible beyond thereof, ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips that are holding that in place, may they be unwound, untied, and decimated through all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory and holiness. And, you know, what would it take to start enjoying the beauty of the body you've created? You've clearly created a beautiful person and being here.
Yeah. Thank you, body. Thank you.
Thank you, body. And, you know, 40 lashes with a wet noodle for you, because silly.
Is that a saying, with a wet noodle? I never
Well,
heard of that.
you know that whole thing about you used to mea culpa, you beat yourself with yes. Well, in the more enlightened times ago, well, 40 lashes with a wet noodle, because it's like silly dilly.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's actually funny. Thank you.
Yeah. And now all that energy that got caught up in that for all of you is available to you to create and generate what you'd like to have in your life. But I get it. While it's that's all you think about. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you. I love this. I love this.
You're so welcome. Okay, wonderful. Cool. Thank you. All right. Aren't we amazing beings? 4 new messages. Hang on a minute. Yes. Oh, let me start. Yes, I'm going to send all the information to everyone. So I have always had, she says, is there anything for yellowish tinge of teeth? Look at my teeth. I've never had white teeth. Both my parents had beautiful pearly white teeth as younger people. My mum still has lovely teeth even at 87. But the colour of your teeth now really is determined by what your mother ate when she was pregnant with you. So I can blame my mum. You can change it. It's very slow to change the colour of your teeth. If you use our mouthwash that we recommend, it does have a slight whitening effect. I'm just going to mute you, Ivy, if that's okay. If you use the mist wax stick that we recommend, there's a whitening with that. I find that I'm less sensitive about that, like less aware of it now than I used to be. Yellow teeth are stronger than white teeth. Yay. And when I asked Tom about it, he said, just get them bleached. And I'm like, oh my God, put all those chemicals in my body. I would never do that. My body is a temple. And he said, get over yourself. It's not going to hurt your body. Get them bleached. And since then, I haven't really gone ahead and done it. So maybe I should. So yes, you can change it. It's very slow. We suggest, I'm going to send you the list of suggestions to get things moving for you quickly now. Do those things. Or if it's really bugging you, get them bleached. To be honest with you now, I'm so happy I haven't got decay in my mouth. I haven't got teeth crumbling. I haven't got pain. I can sleep at night. That I'm really, really happy with the teeth, my teeth the way they are. And Maria's asking, do you have people with cavities in a course where the cavities filled up? Me. I had a dentist I really didn't like, and she was assisting me with all this horrible stuff going on in my mouth. And she made up a schedule of, she said, you need 6 fillings. She took x-rays. There was about 10 years where I didn't go to the dentist. I was afraid to, plus I used the excuse I couldn't afford it and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. And so there were 6 cavities that needed filling. That's when I found Happy Mouth. My mum and I ran the points on each other. I did have surgery to have my impacted wisdom teeth removed. They had gone bad. They were infected. There was infection below my jawline. It was poisoning my whole body. And then I found a lovely new dentist that I adore. I go to her and she's really kind, and I go, okay, now that I don't have all the issues with the wisdom teeth, I'd like to start getting my fillings done, please. And she said, you don't need any fillings. And I said, yeah, I do. I've seen the x-rays and my last dentist told me 6 fillings. And she said, you don't have any cavities in your mouth. And I was like, wow. And that was about 6 months after I started Happy Mouth. So it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't my dearest wish. I just thought if you had holes in your teeth, you have to get fillings, right? Even doing Happy Mouth, I still thought that. And they obviously remineralized. So yes, I have to say that I think the energy that most contributed to that was, I didn't go, no matter what, I am not having any fillings. I was like, okay, if I have to get fillings, I'll get the fillings. I'll sort out the other things first. So I kind of went along getting all my Happy Mouth points run just to see what would happen. And that's the result I got. So the question, in Soviet Union as children, we were forced to go to dentists and even parents couldn't say no to that. Oh, my teeth were damaged with unnecessary procedures. I have so many points of view about that. Okay, so for everyone that feels that they were abused by a dentist, hurt by a dentist, had unnecessary procedures, it's more common than you might think, forced against your will, all kinds of things done to you, and maybe in other lifetimes as well as a form of torture. Would you be willing to now uncreate and destroy all of that, please, and allow your body to let go of the trauma and the pain? You could just let it fall and go into the earth, and the earth will take care of it and recycle it for you. And everything that doesn't allow you to let go of it, and this may be a process, it may not just all happen tonight, you may have to keep practicing letting it go from and to the highest good of all involved that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC, VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips, may they be unwound, untied and decimated for all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy and glory in holiness. And that is something that you can change. Is it Liga? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Liga.
Liga, you can change that. Yeah, and Junaline says her dad said yellow teeth are stronger. Yay! That's what I say, but it's true, they are. Tinnitus, tinnitus is that ringing in the ear that never seems to stop. That is sometimes related to jaw problems, clenching and grinding. We do almost a whole afternoon on clenching and grinding in the 3-day class. However, this is very interesting. Many of the jaw problems are related to what's going on in the ears. Tinnitus is one of those things, but it can be ear infections. But you know what the energetics of it is? What are you not willing to hear? What were you shutting your ears against, either as a child in this lifetime or in many, many lifetimes? What did you not want to hear? And so you would do some processing around that. Everything that is, uncreate and destroy it all. And you may get some memories of it, and you may not. That's fine. What I found last year and the year before, there are so many different issues that come up. For example, clenching and grinding, which can cause wearing down of teeth. It can cause teeth to crack. It can cause gum recession, gum disease, enamel to crack. So many things about clenching and grinding. That's all about anger, resentment, shame, blame, guilt, regret. It's all about the past. It's where we lay in bed at night and we chew and we grind over everything and we try and analyze and we try and work stuff out. It's all about being trapped by the past. So we do a lot of clearings around that. But what I did, I made a telecall series of not Happy Mouth points, but Happy Mouth clearings to clear all of these different. So I did one on the distractor implants or the past. I did one on all the different aspects, and I can send you a link and you can have a look at that. What about sensitive children? Do they bring it into life with them? Well, we were all sensitive children, weren't we, Monica? Oh, do you mean sensitive teeth? Where are you? I'm tracking you down there. Monica, speak to me. Are you there?
Hello, sorry, I have a noisy child in the background.
That's okay.
Can you stop for a moment? No, it's just I have two children. They're 7 and 12, and they're both teeth grinders, and so it's probably stress they bring into their life from us parents and grandparents.
Look, they may have brought it in from their other lifetimes, but they may be reflecting back to you the energies they're aware of in the family.
Yeah, we are all sensitive souls.
Yeah, but that means you're aware of all of the, you know, the angst and the fear and it's particularly at the moment, everyone's
Yes, it is.
survival mode. So I would say again to you, the more that you can relax, the more that you can bring some joy into every day, the more those kids are going to be able to let go. Even if it's painting or drawing or dancing to music or just simple things that you do that bring some pleasure and joy to your world. So I think I might have lost Monica, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm a naturopath and aromatherapist, so that has been my life journey anyway, and that's what I want to bring as a gift to other families as well. Yeah. And,
wonderful.
And I'm close to Carol, so I'm very excited.
Woohoo! How's it getting?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of sum up now. There's so much more that I could go into. A really big part of Happy Mouth is about rejuvenation, youthening the body, not buying into this whole idea that the more years you've been on the planet, the more worn down and broken down your teeth have to become, more decayed and more hideous, and your whole body. We do a lot of work with getting you out of that point of view so that you don't have to make your body old and sick to leave the planet. You can just leave whenever you like. When you're 200 or 300 or 400 or 500 years old, you don't have to get old and decrepit first. And everyone, especially on this call, has the capacity to grow 2 to 3, maybe 4 sets of teeth. What's the point of that? Well, it means that you can be 100 and still have nice teeth, but it also means you're able to digest well, eat well, nourish your body. It means all of the systems in your body are going to be functioning better. And if a tooth breaks down or you have an accident, you can grow another one. But people don't realize how much receded gums, gum disease, broken down teeth really debilitates the body in a very big way. And the modern form of taking care of that is to give you false teeth or implants, but that doesn't help the health of the body really. Ultimately, it doesn't help the health of the body. So let me see if I have missed anyone's questions. Yes, I'll send all the information.
Shona, I've got a question here in Czech chat. It was about the prices of the basic class and the 3-day class for Czech Republic. I can send them, but if you have it somewhere close, maybe if you can repeat it, please.
Yes, the basics class doesn't have a country pricing. It's $270 around the world because that's quite reasonable. It's a 3.5-hour class. It comes with a manual, and after that class you can go out and do sessions on people for gum disease and tooth decay. So that is a wonderful gift. And if you then go to a live class, you get that $270 given back to you, taken off the price of your live class. Now, we have a country pricing system. I think the price in Czech Republic for a recorded class is, I think it's $16.95. Wait. I have it on my notice board. Check. Yeah, I think it's $16.95. Some countries are $1,950. In France it is. I didn't come up with this. Tom has come up. It's based on the economy and the US dollar in different countries. So some people it's 1,695 US dollars. Some people it's 1,950. It's on our website. You can click your country and you'll see the price you pay. Does that help, Susanna?
Thank you. I translated, hopefully. Thank you.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Victoria had a question earlier, Shauna.
I thought I got that one, but did I miss it? Oh, Victoria, did we answer your question?
Yes. Hello. It's, well, half of it I've heard, but I wanted to ask if there are, in Happy Mouth, if there are processes with helping with cancer, because one of my friends has recently found out that she has on the palate of the mouth have something cancerous, and if she's doing this class, she'll have processes and clearings for that. I understand good.
Hang on a minute, I have to cough.
Yes, it's okay.
There's a lot of energy on that. So yes, we have a lot. You see, many of us do not realize that we have a subconscious or unconscious commitment to death. And you would go, I so don't.
Yes, sorry. I have a little of access, and I said to her that this is her choice, and that she now is conscious of that she chose to die.
Oh,
and
but is she happy with that choice, or she'd like to change it?
No, she would like to change it, and I was thinking, it's just after a day or two I saw your email, and I thought, wow, it's wow, and I thought to recommend her this.
Yes, if she is willing to receive it, and only she knows how much she's willing to receive. Happy Mouth will open up her receiving, it will open up her awareness, it will open up the possibilities for health, but whether she is willing to receive all of that, we can't say.
Yes, I am conscious of that, and I hope she will choose it.
Yes, and you know, true caring is total loving allowance of what someone chooses, and gosh, that's not easy sometimes. Having to allow someone to choose what they're choosing, even if they're killing themselves or destroying themselves, oh my goodness, that's intense.
Thank you.
Yes, but your question, yes, if she chooses to receive it, it could change everything. And if she chose to receive you running her bars, that could change everything.
She took already a class of bars and foundation.
Wow, well, that's a very good sign.
English.
That's a very good sign. Yeah, she's choosing consciousness. So we do a lot of clearing around this subconscious desire for death, because you would say, but I don't have a subconscious desire. This is for everyone on the call. I'm not talking about suicide. I'm talking about our society is based on you're born, you grow, you get old, you die. Death and taxes, two unavoidable things. There's nothing you can do about that. Well, what if there's another possibility? What if your body was as infinite as your being? What if there's a thing called indefinite living, which is you could go on in this body as long as you are happy and joyful and contributing and having a wonderful time. And that might be 100 years, 200 years, 300 years. But if you are buying into the idea of, oh, well, I'm 40 now, or I'm 60, or I'm 70, what can you expect? I guess that's just what happens. Then you are going to see decay in your mouth. Then you are going to see your gums receding. because that is actually buying into the whole death, time, space paradigm here on earth. But we spend a lot of time on the first day of the 3-day class unlocking a lot of that. And it just means it frees you up to do lots of amazing things. And, you know, you might want to plant trees or have a salamander sanctuary or an elephant sanctuary, or you might want to paint pictures or whatever your contribution to the world would be. So I think we'll finish. It's an hour and a half and I promised I would only go an hour. How naughty of me. Oh, someone's asking, is the 3-day class online? It's a previously recorded class with Tom, professionally recorded. It's very wonderful, professionally filmed and recorded. I did live stream a couple of classes this year. We don't do that normally. That was simply because 2 weeks before I was meant to be in Budapest and Paris, coronavirus meant I couldn't fly out and people had already paid, booked, and the classes had to go ahead. So we live streamed those, but we don't usually do that. And I cannot see us doing that again. A live class is better. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, our wonderful translators, Susanna, Violetta, Christina, Laurence. Thank you, Carol Danes, for helping me out with co-hosting again. And I will, you know, do the magical upload, download, whatever it is, and it'll be up on YouTube pretty soon and send you all the recordings. And I'll include all the extra material, and I'll include this morning's call so you can have me in 2 different outfits and a very different call this morning. Thank you all. Wonderful, wonderful to see you. And you know what? How can we use this whole change in the world to our advantage? Sorry? Was that Violetta? No? She's gone. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Toodaloo.
Thanks, Shauna.
Thanks, Carol. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Au revoir.
Ciao.
Thank you.
It's bonsoir here. All right, toodles. Thanks, Peony.